What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, now that the INCARNON rotation is coming back around, and we're getting back to week 1, I'm going to finally be able to get some of those INCARNONs that were looking good during the rotation I was not able to get, because you can only get 2 per week. And we'll actually be rolling a Riven for one of those top tier INCARNONs today. It's going to be for the Lex Prime INCARNON. I've got an unrolled Riven and a decent amount of Kuva, so let's see how this goes. I'm going to be looking for crit stats and all that, and yeah, if you enjoy these types of videos, we do daily Warframe video uploads, and I don't have the Lex Prime like modded out at all. But I know what the INCARNONs are going to do. We're looking at big crit increases, some big base damage increases, and it has forced impact procs on the INCARNON shot, which is pretty much like an Arcaplasm or Catch Moon kind of situation. So, stats I'll be looking for here. Honestly, I'm looking for mostly multi-shot and crit. But if we get something like Toxin or Cold, I wouldn't mind going with a Corrosive build or a viral build in the end, too. Throw in some Armor Strip and, one-shot some high-level enemies before the slash proc even takes place. So, likely on my final build, I'm going to have the Hemorrhage mod. I'm going to have, lots of crit stats, lots of multi-shot. And I know this thing has pretty bad fire rate, but I believe getting some fire rate on here will mess up the internal bleeding hemorrhage impact to slash proc thing. So I'm probably not going to go for fire rate either. So let's hope that we get something good here. I'll have a video on the Lex Prime when I get it on week 3, and also I'm going to be making that tier list this week, next day or two, guys. So Lex Prime will be very high on the tier list as well. Lots and lots of damage. All right, let's get started. We're at 300k Kuva, and I hope you guys enjoy these types of videos. Multi-shot crit chance on the first roll. Are we crazy enough to keep rolling? Status duration negative is pretty bad. That's 187%. Well, I'll give it a couple more rolls. It would be a shame to end it right now because we've been only here for a couple minutes. Critical chance, electric, plus corpus. I mean, it's not a good negative, to be fair. But this thing does get a base crit chance increase from one of the INCARNON options, so that's going to be a lot of crit chance. Reload speed, cold, magazine, minus infested. It's going to have to be a pretty good one to make us replace multi-shot and crit chance with minus status duration. But let's see. Plus zoom, ain't it, Chief? Minus magazine does not seem that bad, actually, because, just get a couple shots, go into INCARNON mode. I don't need magazine size in INCARNON mode. So yeah, I probably should have ended it. Ooh, that's another good one right there, too. Besides minus crit chance, of course. It was almost a good one. So 140 multi-shot versus 187% multi-shot. I think we got pretty lucky, actually. Damage and critical chance. I think damage would be okay, and it doesn't have a terrible negative like this. So with minus 60%, status duration, we will not have a very long-lasting slash proc on the enemy. It'll probably last for like 2 ticks. Ooh, projectile speed could maybe be kind of okay too. But at the same time, I'm hoping this thing does so much damage that it kills enemies in 1 tick of the slash proc anyway. So if I get 2 ticks of slash procs, that should be fine. Okay, they look pretty bad. We'll go a couple more rolls here. Minus projectile speed, 4.2 meters to punch through. So the thing about this is, since it's going to become like an Arcaplasm kind of Catch Moon situation, this is probably going to be terrible. The punch through would not be helpful, as it's going to go through bodies infinitely, and projectile speed would be terrible. Negative projectile speed, because it would just become like a melee weapon, basically. So, as bad as this negative is, we'll keep this one for now, and we'll keep rolling, hoping we get something better. Punch through. Yeah, I don't think punch through is going to be the way to do this. Unless you're trying to build multiple INCARNON charges after 1 bullet. I've been getting crit chance a lot, I've noticed. I'm actually kind of okay with this. 187% multi-shot is a lot. Just to put in perspective. Ooh, what is this? Plus corrosive, plus multi-shot, minus infested. That seems like a pretty good one. But, I mean, you know me, I like my red crits. That's a good negative, too. We'd lose out on 40% multi-shot. We'd be forced into corrosive as well. Being forced into corrosive is not really ideal, especially because we'll be probably going for the hemorrhage mod. And we'll be, modding for either no elementals or viral, is my guess. So, that could be good for, just blasting away some Grineer. But it also doesn't seem like the best idea just because, red crits, dude. I want to make these red crits. But yeah, that was a potential taker right there. Keepable one right there. Puncture, critical chance, plus zoom. No thanks. But yeah, you know, I'm probably not going to be modding this thing for that many different types of builds. I'll have like 3 different builds, minus multi-shot, of course. Like I'll probably do a viral build, I'll probably do an elemental build, maybe a heat proc build, probably not, but yeah, usually just hemorrhage with the forced impact procs of this weapon. Yeah, as far as some other Incarnons I'm excited to get along the way, this Lex one is definitely going to be high on that list. We have critical damage and overall damage with minus 50% ammo. That actually could be kind of fine. It's got 60 ammo pickup, but I mean we're sacrificing multi-shot for overall damage with a better negative. That's like all of our merciless stacks immediately. I'm thinking I'm gonna stick with the multi-shot crit right now, but I'll give it a couple more rolls before I call it on this one. I'm looking forward to the dual Toxicist. I'm looking forward to the Lex, obviously. I'm looking for the Ceramic Dagger, the Latron, and some other ones I wasn't able to get along the way. Like I said, I'll have that tier list out probably like tomorrow, and I already know how every Incarnon works, so I don't feel like uncomfortable making that list. I don't have every Incarnon technically, but I don't need to have everyone to know how good they are. Stash duration positive. Wow, that stash duration was 159 on that. Alright, well, let's give it a couple more here. I mean, the first roll is the one that was the best. Let's give it like one more, actually. One more. And we'll take a look at what the build's looking like before the Incarnon upgrade. So, yeah, I know we wasted about 20-something rolls there. Should have stopped at the first one, but I'm okay with this one, honestly. 62 minus stash duration. Oh, and there will also be a video this week going over what's going to happen to these Rivens once Wisp Prime comes out. How bad is this? Is this going to be like a massacre? I think it might be a massacre. So let's take a look at how much crit chance we have on our build before any Incarnons are applied. I'll put on an Auric and Catalyst. Alright, so we're at 82 with just the Riven. And with Prime Pistol Gambit, we're at 129. So you jam on some extra base crit chance, which let me check what the exact number is. So the exact number of extra crit chance you get at base is going to be 19%, and then also a 0.4 increase to crit damage as well. I'd say that's a pretty good one. You know, it's not perfect. It's got one... okay, also the Incarnon shot has slightly better crit multiplier. Let me actually just open that real quick on WARFRAME. So I can technically simulate my build real quickly before we call it here. But yeah, the Lex prop, I'll definitely be doing... I can do a lot more level 10,000 missions coming up, honestly. So for example, I want to do the Lex versus level 10,000. Let's get the Incarnon. I want to do Vasto, the Spare, etc., etc. So let's just quickly put this together. And I'm expecting my Incarnon Lex to have a lot of crit chance. Okay, so the Incarnon mode is going to be 35% base crit chance. And here I am on WARFRAME real quick. This is what I use to sometimes simulate like crit chance and all that stuff, because it can just show you the Incarnon stuff ahead of time. So we throw on the crit chance mod, and we're going to be at about... Oh, you can actually make your own Riven too. How much crit chance does that Riven have? On the Prime, it is 229. Dang. I'm going to edit this real quick. I don't remember how you edit the Riven on here. Either way, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. There we go. 229 crit chance. I think we got pretty lucky, actually. Okay, so 165% critical chance before the crit chance buff is applied. This should be red crits after that base crit chance is applied to this thing, because, like I said, it's going to go up by like another 19. Yeah, we'll be at red crits. Nice. Okay, so expect a red crit Lex video in the future. I appreciate your support, guys. Hopefully you have fun with these Incarnons, and see you at that Incarnon tier list like tomorrow or the next day. Appreciate it, guys. See you next time. Peace.